Hi everyone, welcome to my Flutter by Moments. Today we are doing our third product play video for the month of April, and today we are going to be using the Handsomely Suited stamp set along with the dies that come in a bundle, and then we're going to be making a card with these. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Just as a reminder, you can get the tutorial off of my blog, which is myflutterbymoments.com, and it will be there. It has all the measurements and all the product that you need to make this card. So here is today's card. It's actually a very simple card, but fun, and it's a great card to give someone that is a guy in your life, because a lot of times we don't make cards that cater to that kind of thing. So anyway, we're going to get started with this. We're going to begin with some Smoky Slate cardstock, which is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. And we're going to bring in our Designer Series paper, which is 3 3/4 by 5. Add that. Make sure everything looks good. All right, let's see here. Okay, so there's that. And then we have a lot of die cutting. But first, before we do some die cutting, we do need to stamp one thing. I've got a scrap of Poppy Parade here, and I'm taking the bow. There are actually 2 bow ties in the stamp set. There's a smaller one and a bigger one. I'm going to use the bigger one and stamp it on Poppy Parade cardstock so that we can die cut it out with the rest of our die cutting. So the die cutting that we have to do, I'll bring this in for a minute because I have it all set up and ready to go. So the die cutting you have is, I have a piece of the DSP for the pocket, and I have some of the same DSP that the shirt is made out of to do the little, I call this the collar piece. That's what it looks like. Make sure that's straight on there. And then you have this long, skinny piece that is also on the color paper, and it creates, I'll show you, it creates like the center part of the shirt that is raised a little bit. So we're going to do that, and then we also need to put our bow on here and die cut that out as well. Just make sure everything's lined up. Okay, so I'm gonna run that through my Big Shot here. Uh-oh, my bow moved. I need to get some sticky thing. My plates are so warped that they don't really work well anymore. Okay. So let's hold that down. Run it through the Big Shot. I'll try not to shake the camera. Okay, so here we are with all the different pieces. Here's our collar and our bow tie. And then our little pocket. That's my favorite, is the little pocket. I don't know why. We used to have a set of dies that had a big pocket in it, and I loved those dies. So, okay, back to the card here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is put the collar piece on. It's very flimsy because it's only attached by a tiny little piece of paper there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 mini dimensionals down here at the tips of the collar. And then I'm just going to run some adhesive across the tops of the collar. And I pull those off. And then what you do when you go to put it on your card is by keeping the tops of the paper straight, it kind of makes the collar push up a little bit. Just making sure I have that kind of even. Okay. Like that. Okay, so this kind of pushes up a little bit because of the dimensionals. And then we're going to take our bow tie, and put some dimensionals on the back of it. And it tucks right in to the center here like this. And it does go over the little points. So you're probably wondering what's the point of putting it up on dimensionals, but it does make a difference. So, okay, the next thing we have to do is we have this long skinny piece. Now, if you look, is definitely longer than my paper. So I'm just going to measure it against here, make a snip, and then cut that off. And we'll go ahead and put this on. And since the part that I cut is actually the part I'm going to slide underneath the bow, because then it won't show that it doesn't look as finished as the other side. Okay, so there's their center of our shirt. And then our little pocket is also going to go on dimensionals. So this is a dimensional heavy card. Just kind of put it off to the, you can do it to the right or the left, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do it to the right here. And this, I liked this paper that I used for the shirt because the lines help me line everything up. So the next thing we have is, I just have a scrap piece of smoky slate cardstock that I'm going to take. There's a sentiment in there called "You're the Best." And so I'm going to stamp that on the smoky slate in Night of Navy ink. And then I'm going to use my classic label punch, which I am so sad to see this go. It is on our retiring list. If you don't have it, you should go get it. So I will punch that. It's perfect for tiny little one-line sentiments like this. It too is going to have dimensionals on the back. And it goes down here towards the bottom, maybe about an inch up from the bottom of your shirt piece of paper, like that. And then last, we are going to take these matte black dots that are in our mini catalog right now. Look at this, you guys. I hardly ever use all of my embellishments when I get a thing of embellishments, but this is literally all I have left of these. They have been so useful and so versatile. I've used them on tons of different things. So, okay, I am using five of these. So I start with the first one up here at the top, just a little bit down from the bow, and then I put the last one down at the bottom first because I kind of wanted to have an idea of how to spread them out in between. So like that, and then the next one goes just a little bit above your sentiment, like that. And then we have one that goes right there, and then the last one, split the difference between those two. Okay. So that is it. You could always switch up the sentiment and put something different on it, and then You could make it a birthday card. You could make it a congratulations. I almost made it a congratulations card, but you could do anything. So anyway, remember that you can go to my blog and get the well-suited project sheet. And also, if you're interested in buying the kit, there is a monthly kit that goes along with what you've seen here on these videos. So go to my blog to check all of that out. Thanks for stopping by.